I mean, can we all agree though? Like, you hysterically sing that song, right? Like right at the part, and it's just like you belt it out no matter where you are.
Oh,
absolutely. Jesus. Good God. Well, we'll start it off that way. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another amazing week of the Daily Kazoo, where we sit here and talk about everything from pop culture, gaming, news stuff, not like political news stuff. We'll leave that for everyone else because we don't give a shit. And some fun things going on. This week, how's everybody's week been going? I know we've got some crazy things going on this week. How's everybody?
Well, Jacob, you know, what's going on with you this week? Anything big? Anything new? Nothing?
Am I forgetting something?
No,
I don't know why he just singled you out
No,
like
you
that.
made me big, and you made me big in the visual, so I was like, "What is it?"
No, I was just asking. Is it nothing?
No, nothing's really happening. We're about a month away from my wedding. That's it.
Yep.
Me going to New York.
Hey!
We'll be leaving on Thursday.
Hey, where are you staying when you go to New York?
This motherfucker's place.
Hey!
Yeah, New York Comic Con this week. Should be a fun time.
You're gonna be great. Going to be great. Tons of stuff happening this week while you're here, actually. We've got people coming in from LA. We got people coming in from all over. We have some Canadian love coming. Tons and tons and tons and tons. So definitely be watching out for the content. We'll be putting it out on here as well. But New York Comic Con's happening this week. Jordan and I got some fire panels.
Didn't get the Todd McFarlane autographs though. Those were sold out.
I bet you I could still make that work. I think you and I both know somebody that could still make that happen.
Fair enough. I'm dying. Everybody's surviving the weather, obviously. Jacob's in Florida and he's okay. You could have said that.
Well, you're just doxing me now. I didn't tell anybody I was from Florida, but all right, whatever.
Yeah, right. Like, way to put my whole
time.
government name out there and where I located. Damn, like.
Well, I also had weather. I'm fine. Thanks, everybody.
Your weather was a tropical storm by the time it got to you.
Damn,
it was. It flooded in the coast, but I'm not on the coast. But where I live, everyone acts like we are on the coast for some reason.
Yeah, no. Just in general, all kidding aside, we hope everyone's safe. I did have some of my wife's family lost everything in Florida, so we hope everyone's safe and prayers out for everybody who has been affected by this and your family's been affected by this. It is a horrible, horrible thing. I lived in the South most of my life, so I've dealt with storms like this before. It is horrible. We're here to try to uplift the weekend for you with some fun talk and have some real nerdy things to talk about. So, needless to say, let's kick this show off. Sir, roll that beautiful footage.
The best thing
I've seen all week. It is the deleted scene from Infinity War. I think this would have changed Endgame.
If you're gonna appear at any moment, now would be a hell of a good time.
No! Better only want Hulk for fighting!
So what? You like to fight.
Better hate Hulk!
I don't hate you. You're more of an Avenger than I am. I love you.
No, you don't! Hulk just wanna live!
I wanna live too, man! I wanna live too!
Me too!
So let's live! We'll live and let live!
Live and let live!
Yes!
Yes!
Okay, I got an idea.
Imagine.
Who decided to show up? Hey, big guy.
Hello, Matt.
Imagine.
That's okay. We worked it out.
Imagine that actually happened, that whole conversation and everything.
Worst case scenario.
And where we could actually, see him become Professor Hulk.
That, and also like we never really got that Nat and him conversation. We got the romantic connection in Ultron, which is the last time all the Avengers were together. And we could have got some of that romance because we've always wanted that like whatever happened thing with them.
Oh no, absolutely. Like I think that it always was interesting that like they kind of just like obviously he was hit really hard when Nat died.
Yeah.
But it's also like we didn't really see them ever interact again since the end of Age of Ultron.
Correct.
So it was a good one. Is there anything else in there that I need to?
No, that was it. That was it. I just showed that. That was all.
Yeah. It was very.
Jacob?
I think that changes. I think that is a much better arc for the. I feel like you get less of the gripe that there is for the MCU Hulk if you had that.
I even wore my favorite sweater for this, the one that says, hold on, which way am I going to turn here? This one, this way. Hold on, here.
Does it say Thanos was right? It does. Anyway,
Thanos was right.
Jacob, your thoughts on that scene?
I personally I saw it and I just really didn't care for it. I think that's why they removed it, is because it kind of felt cringy at times. And I think there was a better way to do it, and that's why they just removed it.
I think that the conversation between Banner and Hulk would have been good.
Oh no, I agree on that. But the whole it's okay, Nat. Like I think that part was poorly written, but a conversation between him and Nat should have happened, but it didn't.
Yeah, like we didn't see them talk again.
Never.
Like even in Endgame, they like kind of sort of like before everybody Power Rangers go before they time travel, but they never interacted again. And then he finds out she died, and he's just like, that's it.
Yeah.
So some closure. There's always closure.
And this isn't on the docket,
nice.
but I saw it on Twitter earlier, and I thought the three of us would be good for this. Somebody said that Robert Pattinson's Batman cowl is the worst Batman cowl in all of the movies. Okay, can we have a discussion real quick? Very quick. Best Batman cowl, top 4. Who has the best Batman cowls?
Robert Pattinson.
I agree. I think Robert Pattinson's Batman cowl is like literally number 1.
Michael Keaton.
Correct.
Those are my top 2. Everybody else, maybe
everybody else could go.
Maybe I would throw in George Clooney, but that's about it.
The silver suit?
I ain't talking about the nipples. I'm talking about the cowl.
Jordan?
I'm literally trying to look at Batman cowls because I'm like, literally Robert.
I think Robert Pattinson's the best. Like if you were to think of like somebody
is it
put
only
something
live
together.
Actions? Is it only live actions?
Only live actions.
Okay, I was about to say I fucking throw in the Arkham series cowl over some of these live action ones. No, yeah, legitimately, like Robert Pattinson's. Personally, I don't mind.
Oh, Ben Affleck's is a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind Ben Affleck's, to be honest. And then, yeah, anybody after that could. I mean, other than what James said, like can go.
The best thing is I see what you're looking at right now, and I just want to be like, throw it up.
Like,
I mean, I agree.
Who says theirs looks like a cap? His is great.
Yeah,
I
and
think,
that's
honestly, in my opinion, Christian Bale's was the worst.
Christian Bale
fully
looks
agree.
so weird. It makes his like.
I
look at
honestly am
everybody
not
else.
a fan of Christian
Michael
Bale's Batman.
Keaton's looks the most like comic booky to me. That's why I threw his in. I know a lot of people hate his because it's like Brooke can't even move. Like he has to do this, which is like, that sucks. But I just think it looks the most animated to me. So that's why I liked it.
Sorry, I had to throw it in there. I saw it and I was like, oh, this is annoying. I've got to ask the boys about this because I thought it was shit. I thought it was a poor opinion.
Is that the tier list that you were talking about? Because
no, it wasn't. I just saw somebody on TikTok talk about it. I even forget who it was. It might have been even been Evan. I have no idea. You know how Evan likes to poke the bear sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But moving on, let's get to some comic news from our favorite comic guy, the VonSchweetz of them all, KingVonSchweetz?
So this past week we had the last issue of the Fortnite comic come out. It's
What skin did you get with it?
Huh?
What skin did you get with it?
Multiple people were able to get a bunch of stuff this week with it because once that whole series finished with this past week, they put it all on Marvel Unlimited. And now if you just read all the comics on Marvel Unlimited, they send you a code and you get all of the stuff. Plus, you get the, I guess, the creme de la creme, which is... which is the Iron Man Zero Hulkbuster looking suit. A little bulky, but I think it looks cool. But you get that, a pickaxe. It's all in the item shop right now if you want to go look. But there's a lot of stuff in the item shop. You got to scroll for a little while.
Well, they just put all that.
Spend too much money in the item shop.
That's true. And if you want to help a creator, make sure you use what code?
Schweetz.
There you go. That's right.
The last, 7 letters there. On top of that, if you got the physical comic, you could just put in the code on Epic. If you didn't, you could do the Marvel Unlimited thing. And then if you didn't do any of those, you can still purchase it on in the Fortnite item shop. There was only 2 things overall that were exclusive to the the comic books themselves. I can't remember what one. I think it was the wrap and the pickaxe.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly. The pickaxe is just fucking dope because you can use Wolverine claws on anybody now. It's not just Wolverine.
That's dope.
Yeah, and
you can use them on the skin that was a Wolverine skin that didn't let you use the claws or whatever.
Yeah, and now with Wolverine, you used to be not able to set his pickaxe as Wolverine claws. It was just you had to do the emote and then you had the Wolverine claws as your pickaxe. But now you can set the pickaxe as the Wolverine claws.
That's fire.
Yeah, you don't have to do the emote. But on top of that, you also have the emote. But it doesn't turn on or off your pickaxe because what's it going to do? So, pretty great stuff from Fortnite. Seems like they may continue doing stuff with DC and Marvel because...
Marvel.
Probably more Marvel, but
you don't think a Black Adam skin's coming?
Here's what I'll tell you. I don't think so. I think now that they have multiverse, I think it stays
Warner
with
Bros. Gonna be we want our properties on our game.
Other than that, we do have the last Edge of the Spider-Verse coming out this Wednesday, which everybody's excited for. Honestly, I could be wrong that it's the last one because as I'm reading them, it doesn't really make sense that this upcoming one would be the last one because
it's a 260-page comic.
It must be because it kind of feels like how Disney Plus shows feel with Marvel. It's just how are y'all going to wrap all this up in one episode? To summarize quickly, each one of the 4 comics that have come out thus far have just been introducing different Spider people across the Spider-Verse. Some familiar, some brand new to us. This past issue, we met Princess Petra, who's probably my favorite so far. We also met Pete Spiderman, who's literally just a dad Spider-Man. He's more concerned about mowing his lawn than anything. And a couple other funny ones like Spider-Mobile finally got a story. But there's been this creeping darkness that's kind of been going over the Spider-Verse. And unfortunately, it takes hold of the person's mind that it gets onto. And so far, it's gotten hold of Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham.
Very much just to switch over to DC, like Brainiac when Brainiac does things, or like the starfish things, kind of like that.
I don't know if it's takes over their mind kind of thing because it seems that way, but it also looks like it. From what it looks like, if you've seen the trailers for the upcoming Midnight Suns game, kind of looks like what she's doing. It's turning them into the darker version of themselves.
Got it.
So yeah. So two fan favorite Spider-Man characters, Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Ham, have both been turned evil by what looks like Hornets. I'm not sure if this is like Swarm's doing or something else, but it's definitely odd. But I don't know how they're going to wrap that up and also introduce Craven's Spider. I think his name is Spider Hunter.
Yeah.
Spider Slayer, something like that.
It's Spider Hunter. That I did see.
And then also Web Weaver, who is the first openly gay Spider-Man who's making costumes for Spider People, which is fucking dope. I'm not sure how they're going to introduce those characters and wrap up the story at the same time, because honestly, they haven't had much of a story. They've kind of just been introducing people left and right. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there aren't 5 issues, but who knows? Other than that, Judgment Day, if you're into that kind of thing, I know a lot of people are because it's Marvel crossover. I was hurt deeply by Avengers versus X-Men. So whenever they were like, we're doing Avengers, X-Men versus Eternals, I was like, please stop. So yeah, the Axe comics are happening still. And then kind of TV news, kind of comic book news for Deadpool, but TV news for Harley Quinn. They're both celebrating their 30-year anniversaries of being around. So I just think that's freaking cool because 30 years honestly isn't too long of a time. But I mean, like they've made huge impacts in social media and stuff like that, or in not social media, in culture, just by being who they are.
More importantly, speaking of Harley and celebrating Harley, I don't know if you saw or read, the Joker 2 is from Harley's perspective, and in Harley's mind, everything's a musical. That's why it's going to be a musical, and it's being done like by her perspective, so could be interesting.
I don't know. We'll see.
You're so into this movie.
It's really funny that it's from Harley's perspective when here's my thing, because I gotta get where Jacob's coming from. They're giving us info that kind of is making it a little bit better that it's a musical.
Yeah.
But also the movie is still called Joker 2.
Yeah.
And that movie just didn't need a sequel. Like,
well, I'm just saying the other movie was called Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness, and it was a Wanda movie. But I'm just
well,
I'm just saying they could have named the first one like Henry Smith, and it would have been much more interesting. It still doesn't make any sense to me that they had to make it a DC project. Like it just is weird.
And I'm not saying that movies and stuff have to be connected to everything. Like that is the curse of the MCU, because everybody believes everything needs to be like a connected universe. But like they made that movie, they were like, it's a separate thing. They then kind of tried to tie that he was the reason that Bruce's parents died. But now it's like, if a Batman comes up in this universe, this motherfucker's going to be old. So I kind of like the whole theory of he was the inspiration for the Joker that would be kind of like the Gotham show, where it was like you had Jerome, but then Jerome didn't end up being the Joker. It ended up being his twin brother who he hit with Joker toxin.
Yeah.
But like, I just... it would have made more sense to me that way. Now this whole thing of this is the Joker, he's gonna have Harley Quinn. It's like, okay, is it the DCEU or is it this? Like, what are y'all doing?
Can we agree though? All of us are gonna make the same.
Gotham.
Can we all agree though that like we're all gonna look at each other and just go, ugh. If she looks at him and goes, "Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?"
All right, moving on. So speaking of Harley Quinn, over in gaming, Harley Quinn actually plays a pretty big role in the Gotham Knights game that is coming out in 20 days. We just recently got a new Jacob's face. He's like, what? Yeah, October 21st. So we just got a new PC trailer. They showcased, 4K resolution, ultra high frame rate. Apparently it will have wide monitor and multi-monitor support, which I guess that means that you could just have the game spread across 2 monitors, which is crazy.
Can't wait.
So looking forward to that. I'm probably not getting it on PC because apparently it is not cross-play. So if y'all want to play it together, we got to make sure we all get it on the same thing, which means probably PlayStation 5 for this motherfucker over here.
I'm getting it on. I'm gonna get it on PC.
All right, well, me and Jordan are gonna be fucking.
I guess I'm getting both.
Robin and Nightwing.
Oh my god, this guy.
Guess I'm getting both.
Why are you getting it on PC? Just curious, just because you want the ultra wide support.
He's like mods,
well,
baby.
No, the monitor thing's kind of cool because like that'd be dope to kind of see what it does. But then the other side of it is like I want to do it on PC because A, I can stream it, and B, it'll be a lot cleaner.
That's right. You don't have a capture card. My bad.
I do now, but it's got the camera on it. So,
because you didn't get like a multi.
No, yeah, it was just a single dongle. So yeah, I mean, I'll get it for PS5 and we can multiplayer it. But yeah, no, I'll be doing it on PC more likely.
This is a really quick aside, and I know we say this a lot, but it's because you just said something about the capture card. We're gonna talk offline. I just thought about it. Why didn't you get a Cam Link Pro? Because that comes with like multiple ports. Because
I thought about it, but because I'm not gonna put anything to the PC. Yeah, well, no, I did. Remember, I did
PlayStation to it. That's what I did.
Because my PC. The desk is only so big. You'll see. Like I could probably put it like here, but there's no point. Like when I move, I've got a room. Fine, then I'm gonna.
Your PlayStation's on the TV.
It's not on over there. It's not here.
Okay, so, no, that makes sense. Never mind.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I'll show you when you get here. You're fine. Anyways, we'll move on. Hey, happy October! Spooky season is upon us.
Time this recording,
and the gaming is gonna get spooky. Jordan, we got some spooky things happening in the gaming world. Slurp that down. Glub, 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 glub.
This man made drinking my smoothie real weird. Yeah, we also got some Halloween stuff happening in
fucking that shit up.
A lot of there's a lot coming in October. So if you enjoy October and you enjoy spooky stuff, spooky games, I probably should finish one of my like horror games that I never finished like this October. Like I should finish Last of Us Part 2 or something. But yeah, I saw the ending because of the internet, bro, and I just like 15 games came out at the same time, and it ended up on the backlog. Don't look at me like that.
Look at him like that. Look at him like that.
That game is long.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever played a video game that long. I was like, golly, am I done? There was a part in the middle of it where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm done. Nope. You still are halfway through.
Nope.
So what you're saying is I'm not finishing that game this month because I also need to I want to replay God of War 2018 before Ragnarok comes out.
Nope.
Anyway, so Apex Halloween stuff. I might find myself on Apex again because also this month, obviously Call of Duty is coming out and Warzone 2.0. So there's like 80,000 BRs.
I got it downloaded. And, ready.
I hate it here. October 18th, Fort Nightmares will be getting an update for us to consume. So everybody have fun with that. There's also already spooky skins in Fortnite. There's a witch skin that looks really good that I kind of want. There's also a scarecrow skin where you get 2 scarecrows. They look pretty fire. And I'm gonna need like Epic to sponsor me or something at this point because Jesus Christ, I am spending way too much money on these skins. I need like a little bit. You don't got. We just
code Schweetz. I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think they'll give you a discount then.
I wish. But yeah, I need to start breaking even with these skins because right now I'm very much in the red. The margins are not looking good. But yeah, that is really it in gaming. This October, actually, one more thing. We'll see. There's a rumor that we might get a PlayStation showcase this month. I don't know. People have been. Well, the thing is, it's up in the air on whether or not they're waiting until after God of War releases, or if they're going to use a PlayStation showcase to show extended gameplay of God of War.
I can see that.
So that's kind of where we're at as far as like what's going on with PlayStation. So we'll wait and see. Also, the announcement that Miles Morales was ported over to PC. We might have talked about that last week.
We did.
That's about it.
I know we talked about that last week, but I pointed out something to Jordan because I saw this on Twitter. Did y'all know, like Adam, do you know what street?
Yeah.
Do you know what street they renamed whenever they made a street named after Chadwick Boseman with Boseman Avenue?
No, what?
42nd Avenue.
I did actually. You're very right. Yeah, I
So
did.
I really saw that and I was like, damn, that's an Easter egg within an Easter egg. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Double
crazy.
whammy.
Yeah.
Absolute double whammy for sure.
I mean, the
so
only thing
really
better
cool
was
stuff.
like if they were playing who did he
Jackie
do a
Robinson.
role? No. Do
Oh, I'm sorry,
musically.
not Jackie Robinson.
Musically, who was it?
I
James
feel
Brown?
like his name was
Didn't he do
also
James
Jackie.
Brown?
James Brown.
Yeah, like if they did announced it, but in the background was James Brown music announcing that they renamed 42nd Street as that, like that'd be fire. My
Or
theater
if-
still has
if they did
21
like the-
bridges.
Oh wow.
They
Damn.
still got the poster up.
Yeah, if they.
I thought
what if
you were
they
saying
did-
they're still playing, and I was like, what?
No, they still have the poster up for him.
Oh yeah, it was Get On Up. That's what the name of the movie was. I couldn't remember the name of the movie. It'd be crazy if like, because like that game is really big on like the music and stuff too,
Mhm.
like with Harlem. So like it would have been cool if it was like Bozeman Avenue was 42nd Street, and then there's a motherfucker like playing music on the street.
No. Get up.
But yeah, that's about it for gaming. Now we're gonna go into the bridge between our comics, games, and movies and TV with as Jacob has illustriously pointed out, our side section of nonsense to go on this week. So first, the biggest sigh has to go with Blade. There's a lot of news when it comes to Blade. As many of you know, Blade was set to start filming back in July. It was then pushed back to this month. And now the 90-page script was leaked. It was confirmed that apparently originally there was only 2 action sequences.
Very dull ones.
The director, I cannot remember his name, original director, stepped back from working on it. Although I think he's worked on really successful projects in the past too. Blade director stepped back. But then also Mahershala Ali expressed extreme frustration with the entire process, and it was Bassam Tariq. Bassam Tariq exits Marvel's Blade 2 months ahead of production. Comes as a shock. What the hell else did he work on? Rap drama? No, that's not what I saw.
You're like, nah, not that one. Nah, not that one.
I'm looking up Bassam Tariq. Why does that name sound familiar? I feel like I heard him on like a reality show or some shit. Anyway, apparently, yeah, Mogul Mowgli was what he worked on. That's not what I thought I saw he worked on.
He might be.
I thought I saw he worked on something like popular. Anyway,
I'm starting to
sorry.
see like really good replacements for him. Like the people have been proposing. Like somebody said, this one's kind of like out there, but somebody said Jordan Peele, and I was like, okay, I can go with that. And then someone else said, and this is the one I'm rooting for, James Wan, who directed. He also directed both the first and second Aquaman, and he's done like a bunch of the like horror. I think he does Conjuring. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
He does a bunch of the Conjuring.
He's a big horror
movies.
guy. Yeah, that's why they brought him in.
I think he'd be perfect for that. I hope they reach out. But
my boy Just Huge on TikTok, he had a whole video of like multiple black directors who have done horror comedy or dark horror. I'll have to maybe link it or send it to y'all. Can't even remember. I don't remember the names of all the people, but yeah, he had there are a lot of good suggestions that people are giving out. But yeah, I think the biggest thing, a lot of people are like, please just keep Mahershala happy. Please.
Yeah.
Don't do this to us. Don't do this to us. We've been waiting on him to be Blade. Could you imagine hearing his voice at the end of Eternals and then never seeing him on screen? We will. At that point, if people say that they're done with Marvel, I could get it. But also, if you're going to be done with Marvel, be done with Marvel. But in better news when it comes to Blade, even though that is a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
We are hearing talks of working with Bo DeMaio on the rewrite after the script was leaked, who worked on upcoming X-Men 97 and
Moon Knight.
Sorry, my brain
and they are
left to right.
They are redoing the script like from scratch. So if you want to keep Mahershala like happy, he's in the writer's room. He's helping write this. Like, I think that's how you keep him happy.
Yeah, a lot of people want Blade to be very good, and I hope that they deliver, because the streets are ready for Blade to come in and be chopping off some vampire heads.
I mean, we've only gotten a voiceover basically of him at this point, nothing else, you know, so
Literally,
who knows what we'll get.
literally. So I think that is about it as far as size for Blade. There might have been some other frustrating Blade news, but
one more big sigh, the biggest one of them all.
Ooh, Jacob, I know was angry about this shit, boy. A new Tarzan film in development at Sony. They're aiming to totally reinvent the character for the 21st century. First of all, when
Didn't they just try that?
When did the original Tarzan? First of all, the original Tarzan only came out in 1999. Like, look, it was 1 year off from the 21st century, y'all. So settle down. Second, we've already had some multiple like modern Tarzan live action done, because it was the Tarzan where it's like it's after he's already met Jane and he's already been in over in London.
Tarzan,
Yeah, the Skarsgard Tarzan is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and then he has to go back to the jungle. So like, first of all, my take on this, and if you agree with this take and you're listening to this podcast, you should rate us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. Help get us new listeners, and like the video on YouTube if you're seeing the visual.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can top Tarzan when they had Phil Collins. Like, if you don't have Phil Collins, you ain't got nothing. You don't.
Watch, the entire soundtrack will be Ed Sheeran.
Don't stop crying, it'll be all.
I mean, let's be honest. Hey, look, I love Ed Sheeran. Not for anything though. Pokemon's literally signed him to a contract, and like he keeps putting out these songs for the new Pokemon stuff, and like they go viral as hell, and he's making tons of money for them.
No, but get your bag for sure.
I'm just saying.
Again, it's just the aim is to reinvent. The aim is to surpass. And first of all, Sony, we love you. I have a PlayStation, but y'all with these movies, y'all ain't been hitting. And so, reinventing Tarzan, do y'all think that? Do y'all think that like we're mad at Disney for this? We're mad at Disney for these reboots. Do y'all think we're not going to be upset with y'all?
Yeah.
Do something new.
Even when you do something new, it's not great. So, like, honestly, what makes you think?
Instead of taking a motherfucker who's, like, stuck in London, take a motherfucker who traveled across from the jungle and then he in the city. Do the opposite of the story. That'll probably be bad, too, actually. Don't do that. But
Baby's first day? Like, Baby's first adventure? Like, what are we doing?
Jungle to Jungle, starring Tim Allen?
Jumanji?
These movies already exist. Never mind. See, well, you know what? Maybe I understand Hollywood now. Every time you try to come up with a new idea,
there's been some really big movies that have come out that made tons of money that the story already happened. Avatar. So, like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're still supporting that movie.
But again, big sigh, because what is it? I think Jacob, you had a fair point that was like they want to remake this movie and be like, now when you think of Tarzan, you think of this. It was like they're remaking Winnie the Pooh as a horror flick, and when I hear Winnie the Pooh, I'm still thinking of the fucking cartoon. Like, I'm not gonna think of this horror flick.
Oh, bother.
We just got didn't 2 Pinocchio reboots come out at the same time?
A stop motion and the live action.
It doesn't matter how good they are. The first thing people are going to think of is Walt Disney's Pinocchio from 1941 or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So all I'm saying is, if you ain't got Phil Collins, you're not beating the first Tarzan. Like, I'm sorry.
But even if they do have Phil Collins, like,
it's not gonna hit the same.
I still don't think they'll do it. Yeah, like, I still don't think they'll hit it. Like,
I don't think so either.
Which is, everything don't gotta be live action.
Well, Disney's gonna make sure everything's live action.
They're working
on Lilo and Stitch right now.
Don't tell me that.
I'm excited for that one. I'm excited for that one.
Well,
Is it live
Honestly, out
action?
of all the live action movies that they've done, I think that one honestly will be the best in live
because
action.
the other thing is, Jordan, about this is like the guy who actually digitally created Stitch is on a warpath with them. Like you're not making him look like some crazy psychopath thing. He's involved with the creation of the movie so that Stitch looks like Stitch.
I feel slightly better, but again, just I guess it calls into question, like when it comes to these reboots, it's just who is your target audience? Because like I think the problem is that they try to aim to get the kids, but also bring back in the people who grew up with it. And like a lot of times they like conflict. So it's just like
I have a better question.
figure out one.
I have a better question.
What's your better question?
Why don't they just make live action new representation princesses rather than remaking the old stuff?
Money.
I don't disagree, but if you make new princesses like you've been doing, why don't you just do it as an actual, like Frozen and stuff like that? Not saying like make more Frozen stuff, but I'm just saying like they took something and ran with it. Why couldn't they make something else in a different culture or different thing? And those are new Disney princesses. Just saying.
Some things well, it's really weird because yeah, some things are coming, right? Like they were announced at D23, but they're not like Disney princesses. It's just like, here's this movie. Well, like, isn't American Born Chinese or something like that? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Isn't that one that's coming out? So yeah, I don't know. Because as Jacob said, money, it's easier to just write off of the old name that already made them money because people are at least going to check them out. So
well, before we move on to movies and TV, I got something for Jacob, and it's specifically for Jacob because it'll just make him happy. Hey Jacob, happy 40th birthday to Epcot today, baby. Happy 40th birthday to Epcot, baby.
And 51st to Magic Kingdom.
Yep. Happy 40th.
And they're still celebrating the 50th.
Yeah. They'll be celebrating into the 80th. Like, hey, big up. 40 years of Epcot. A park that everyone just goes, I'll go drink today.
I'll go drink today.
The Day Drinkers theme park.
Oh, it really is. Well, not anymore. They're adding some rides. They're starting to do smart
The Day
things.
Drinkers theme park where they can vomit on some rides.
Got like the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Guardians ride. Yeah, you can vomit on that one a lot. That's crazy.
So happy birthday to Epcot. Moving in though, speaking of some breaking news.
The biggest thing that probably happened this week.
Apparently, Hugh Jackman is coming back to play Wolverine in Deadpool.
The title of the episode.
I mean, that's pretty
for
huge.
Reason. Huge.
Yeah.
Coming hewn. And
real question though.
Hey everyone.
Oh shit, this is a post-up sound. Continue. Carry on.
Real question though. Is it really going to happen?
Oh my God, this guy.
I talked about this beforehand before we got on here.
I know.
Go to Marvel's websites. Hear me out. Anytime there's a Spider-Man, Morbius, something that is other than any of it, like an MCU, they will tweet about it. They will like it. They will repost the movie posters, all that stuff. They have not done any of that for this.
I mean, they got bigger fish to fry.
These are fantastic. All the new Black Panther stuff coming out. It is fantastic. Anyways, do we really think this is a legit green-lit project? Or is
they put out
Ryan and
date.
Hugh? That's fine. And that literally might be the release date. But there's nothing from Marvel confirming this. Not even Kevin has said, yes. Is this real?
I think it's real.
I think it's them pushing to make it real. Because remember, Ryan wanted to play Deadpool forever and was dressing up as Deadpool and stuff. And then he pushed hard enough and Marvel said, well, Fox said yes. I'm just saying.
Did y'all see the TikTok that like shows that Ryan Reynolds filmed it at the same location and cinematography like very similar to
Logan
music video for
Taylor's Red?
I saw that. But did you see like the stairwell? That I think that's the farmhouse from Logan.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't think about that, but yes, because I think that is the same staircase.
I think
that,
that's the same
young
stair-
Logan and
Yeah.
him were fighting at. Also, to your point, you were like they hadn't liked anything. Does it look like the Marvel page really be liking anything though? Like
They will
15th,
for no. So if there's a new
16th.
movie, if there's a
But
new
it's
movie
not
thing, they would
like,
put it
but
out.
it's not like they do it often. Adam, look at the 28th. You jump 28th, and then 22nd, and then 16th, 15th. It's
fine.
not like they on here every
but if
day.
you go to anything movie, go back to D23. Everything that D23 put out, they liked and
that
retweeted.
was their
and put out.
announcements.
That's
Those
good.
were
That's
theirs.
correct. But here's my thing: if you've bought a project, correct, and it's going to make you tons of money, wouldn't you want to put that on your page?
Hugh Jackman.
Would you not want to put that on your page? Am I lying?
Kevin Feige is spread too thin. They've already confirmed this. It's not like he got time.
We've known this for. He's not running their Twitter. You think he barely runs his own socials?
Hold on. I had a dream. Man, what the fuck?
I'm just saying.
Find me the tweet that said that this ain't true. You're going to have me doing a lot of research after this episode's over.
I'm just saying. Don't think it's. I'm not saying it's not going to happen.
You know what we should do? Because nobody who isn't listening to this podcast, either live or to the audio at some given time in the future, me and you should have fake beef. I'm saying it right here, but only the people who listen to the podcast are like, we should have fake beef over. Like, I'm going to stitch your video and be like, no, and here's why. I love you. You know, you're my friend, my co-host, but this is why you're wrong. Like, we should
Go ahead. I'd hate for you. And look, I don't think
Council has told everyone that the rogue is.
Oh my God, I love this. I love him. I love him.
It would just be so funny because, again, as much as I hate to say it, it seems like TikTok is in this stage right now where it just thrives off of negativity. So, I mean, we could go super viral over it. I'm sitting here making a whole fake beef plan live right now. But again, you're only in on the joke if you listen to the podcast.
Fire. Moving on from this. Hey, positive though, we get to hear everybody who has a fucking opinion for 2 years of what Hugh Jackman should be in. So, yay!
Can anyone?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. No, they won't. They won't for the next 2 years. They're going to be like, Hugh Jackman's got to be in every Avenger team up movie. Hugh Jackman's got to be in the new X-Men film. He's got to be in. He's got to voice act Wolverine in X-Men '97. Like somebody's going to say.
Yeah. No, I agree. Hey,
voice acting Wolverine in X-Men '97. I want the original cast back.
Well, isn't most of the voice actors going to be in? I
think so.
I honestly haven't read up on it, but they better
if I remember reading, I think most of the voiceover actors or the voice actors are going to be a part of this. So
they're live.
That'd be cool. I'm moving to the other Marvel stuff, so it stays with Marvel stuff.
I screwed up. That's my fault.
It's okay. So another announcement didn't break the internet, which I think is weird. That it didn't get more conversation. Armor Wars has moved from a TV show now to a movie.
Oh shit!
What do we think about this?
I was the last one to find out, and I still forgot. And did I forget? I forgot to put it on there. But yes,
I put it on.
But yeah,
Armor Wars moved to a movie. I think it's
either good or bad. I remember you had two takes on.
It is very much a double-edged sword to me because that means either they have something big and it's like we can't do a TV show for this. This has to be a movie. Or they don't have enough to do an 8-episode, like 8-hour project, and it would just be very slow. So those are my two thoughts on that whole thing. Jacob, what do you think? Good talk. So
right, I was looking at all the animated cast for X-Men '97 and comparing. We're talking about Armor Wars.
Yeah, Armor Wars moving over.
I personally think that there just needs to be more Marvel movies with POCs as the lead character other than just Black Panther.
Agreed.
I just kind of like, I'm not tired of Black
Panther. I'm the person of color on this podcast.
I'm just saying, like, the way that the internet reacted before Black Panther even came out, we didn't even know if the movie was good.
Yeah.
The way that the internet, or especially the black part of the internet, reacted to that movie potentially coming out, they deserve one more than just one fucking hero in the big screen.
Correct.
So, Rhodey definitely I think this movie has the potential.
Funny parallel. Just want to say, because you bring up the fair point, need more than just Black Panther. The funny thing is think about the parallel of there's some people who are super pissed that T'Challa wasn't recast, and it's like, this is a big prominent Black character, and then we're gonna get another movie with a Black character who was from a recast. Just happen to think about that.
Well, the other thing with that is, don't forget,
No one found that funny. All right, cool.
No, I do. I got it. Speaking of recasting, don't forget they're looking to Harrison Ford to be recast as Ross, and now everyone's losing their mind about, oh, you can recast Ross, but you can't recast T'Challa. Listen, you dipshits, you're literally video editing Ryan Gosling's head on a dead actor's body. Like, fuck off. Like, go touch grass. I don't know what to tell you. But more importantly, we're getting Ironheart and Black Panther. We could get 2 Irons in one movie, both.
That was another thing. I was like, wait a minute. That means Riri Williams is going to be in 2 movies now.
She could,
and she's going to be more prominent in Armor Wars. So
that's an interesting, because depending on when that comes out, Ironheart comes out. Does Secret Wars go on to the back end of it? Or is it before and then the shows after that? Because that could be something interesting.
Just because I've caught up now, everything. It seems like 90% of the cast from the original is coming back.
Yeah,
there's still some characters like Jubilee and Cyclops that have not been like fully confirmed, but everything else is. Sorry, I didn't mean to break it up. I was just.
You're good. But I think that'd be fantastic if they connect it and like goes with the show, and then you got all that content right there. You know what I mean?
I like Jacob's thought on it. Like, I really didn't think about it. Like, we're gonna have another Marvel movie that it's not, a typical white man.
It's not Chris.
Man, it's like, wait, let's see. What are the movies that came out? Doctor Strange 2, white man. Spider-Man, white man. Thor, white man. And then woman.
There's this bit that what's his name? The guy that plays Tom Haverford in Parks and Rec, Aziz Ansari. There's this bit that he has in one of his old stand-up routines where he goes, yeah, I was like, I'm anybody who doesn't know, I'm from South Carolina. I was sitting in a restaurant the other day. Buddy comes in, haven't spoken in a while, but Buddy goes like, hey, you excited for Slumdog Millionaire? And he's just like, I guess. I mean, like, not more than anything else. And he's just like, are white people just fucking excited all the time? He's just like, Batman, that's us. Captain America, that's us. Iron Man, that's us.
Yeah.
It's just like, we got Slumdog Millionaire and Life of Pi.
Right. It's just, so yeah, that's a very good point. And how the fuck did we get on Armor Wars? Oh yeah, you threw it back up into that. I was like, how did we get on Armor Wars again? I was looking for something else for another part. Yeah, excited about Armor Wars. Don Cheadle, when he first was recast as Rhodey, because I didn't understand corporate politics, I was like, where's Terrence Howard? He was hilarious. He said next time, baby. He never got it next time. Now I laugh at the fact that he never got it next time because it's funny.
I mean, sometimes money speaks, right? Like, it just was what it was.
And it wasn't speaking loud enough to Terrence Howard.
It was not.
And now he is looking like.
Now he's looking like the biggest loser in all Hollywood.
I don't know about that, but like he's still doing okay. He's still doing okay.
He missed out on Marvel, though. Think about how many people turned down a Marvel role, and now they're looking like.
We'll see.
Brody's been
next
in
week,
5 Iron Man movies, 5 Marvel movies. So I mean, like, he missed out on a good amount of money.
I get it, but like in those movies, how prevalent was?
I'm sorry, 6.
But how prevalent was Rhodey in any of them? You get what I'm saying?
Enough
like
to get his own
pretty
movie
prevalent
now.
in Iron Man 2 and 3.
That I don't disagree with, but like if you're
and Infinity War,
kind
and
of
Endgame,
but he was no more, or I think even as much as some of the side characters. He was just kind of there.
Well, now he has his own movie.
Correct, I agree. Next week, while you're in New York, sir, we can watch Werewolf by Night together.
Oh shit!
Speaking of movies coming out,
that's right. Speaking of movies and Halloween and October,
Giacchino's directorial debut.
it's gonna be fantastic. I'm super excited about this because of it is a different look than what we're used to. So I want to see if they land this.
Maybe it'll be a different type of show that people will actually be okay with.
And Kevin came out
okay with it being what it was marketed to be.
And everyone said like, oh, it's gonna have nothing to do with the MCU. Kevin came out and said, no, it's gonna connect.
It must
because the TVA is in there.
It has, and I know this is kind of like going everywhere all at once, but it's shown in the trailer that it has, and I'm gonna get this wrong because I always mix the two of them up. Swamp Thing, Man Thing. It has Man Thing in it, and if you remember back at D23, whenever Kevin announced the multiversal expansion to Avengers Campus, he showed a picture of that ride where the all Avengers from all over the multiverse are going to be fighting King Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
Man Thing is in that picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I could be wrong, but Werewolf by Night may also be in that picture. Anyway, it definitely connects. People are
I agree. Because Man Wolf by Night, the comics have Blade in it, had Moon Knight in it. So like random conversations.
We could see Moon Knight, or we could see Blade in this. Not Moon Knight. I think we could see Blade in this.
I think that's a stretch,
but I don't disagree. Again?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be another voiceover. I think it's as far as it goes. His faith.
Dan Whitman.
Yeah. And then what else? Moving back up now to C. Moving away from Marvel, we got a little news. I know some people were upset when Disney was talking about how they were going to do another trilogy of Planet of the Apes, because to me, that trilogy of Planet of the Apes we just got is up there in trilogies.
Tweet by a friend of the pod.
Correct.
That ain't never been on the pod, but we gonna call him a friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes trilogy, one of the greatest trilogies. Like, bruh.
I don't disagree, but
Caesar
apparently
was that dude.
They are not rebooting it. They are continuing it. So this is taking place 10 years after the last movie.
What?
So it is a continuation, and it's going to be called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
What's really funny?
Dawn of the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I was gonna say like the of the is hilarious because it was Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War for the Planet of the Apes. Now Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, or the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
It could have just been Planet of the Apes Kingdom.
Or something like that, right? Like
they got to run with the trope though. They've been doing of the and for the of the. They just got to keep going.
I think that's fine then. I'm
continuation's a little bit better. I mean, it's one of those things. Now, hopefully they continue. Hopefully this fire horse picture that you can see if you check out the video version of the podcast. Hopefully they continue with that trend, and it's not like a Transformers or Fast and the Furious type deal where it's just kind of like y'all just keep making these movies just to make them.
Seriously.
I'm cool with it. Jacob, your thoughts? Anything? You're just like,
I personally like the first one, but I watched the second and third one, and I just wasn't that thrilled with it. I think for me the loss of James Franco was big for them because I just think he pulled it all together for me. And especially within the first one, I'm pretty sure it was the first one, watching James Franco's dad die and Caesar like watching that happen. And then that whole scene, I think, was just like such a strong moment. And they really haven't replicated anything like that in the second or third one.
I will say, I can't remember. Was James Franco not in the second one? Because that was after all of his
he was not in the second one. No, it had nothing to do with the things.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't remember. Weren't you like somebody who tweeted out this past week, like crazy how Bryan Cranston was like all over the fucking trailers and shit for what is it, the second one?
Godzilla.
And he's only in like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I just the way. Yeah, true. Because wasn't James Franco in the promo for Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Or
he was in the promo, but it was all
flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's almost like when people use other things to make people watch them and wait for it. It's crazy how companies do that. Crazy. But also, Jonathan Majors, our boy's about to get paid.
Dude,
He is in talks right now to play Dennis Rodman in a movie called 24 Hours in Vegas, where the Bulls had this infamous week, basically in Vegas, but it just this 24 hours of Rodman's life was wild. So looks like he might be doing that. He's got another movie coming out in December. Our boy's in February going to make his huge debut as Kang the Conqueror. And I'm pumped for him. Oh, and he's starring alongside Michael B. Jordan in Creed 3.
That's gonna be fire.
That was
maybe is that more of why he was in shape? Because you know that buff picture of him, and people are like, Kang is about to whoop the Avengers ass, but maybe that's not really for. Yeah, but maybe that's more for Creed. But that man, I just want to say it is insane how small the world is. I think I've brought this up before, and it's not like they're like I don't think they're like hugely close, but it is so interesting to know that my wife's cousin was in like acting school, like with Jonathan Majors.
That's wild.
Like when he was announced to be in Loki, he was like, I've actually known a little bit about this, and I can finally like say I'm so happy for my former classmate to be like in Marvel. It's insane. And now he's just eating.
He is. He's gonna be huge. Huge.
Lovecraft Country. Wasn't Lovecraft Country like his big pop off? Yeah.
And it's so funny you bring up HBO. So funny. HBO currently is being sued. Well, Warner Brothers, anyways. Warner Brothers is being sued. Sir, put that nice by our boys CBR over there. Oh God. Hey, make sure you follow. Warner Brothers Discovery is being sued because they lied and fluffed their numbers before being bought. Very similar to what is going on with Twitter and Elon Musk. I'm just saying they fluffed it by 10 million subscribers.
Like it wasn't like a little fluff. It was like, well, I mean, I guess you could be like, oh, we accidentally typed a 3 instead of a 2. But
yeah, like, oh, my bad, my finger slipped. I'm so sorry.
Fat finger the keyboard, you know what I'm saying?
But it's like one thing after another with Warner Brothers right now, right? Like, I don't know what else to like. And apparently now there's rumors that Discovery wants to offload Warner Brothers now. I don't think they're worth anything. I think you don't get your money back. There's no point.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And now they're starting to put more stuff on HBO that was on the Discovery app. They're starting to put it on HBO now. Like I don't know if you two know of Magnolia. The Chip and Joanna. So Magnolia Network, they're on HBO now, the whole network. So they've moved it over. So they're starting to move things over to HBO from Discovery. So like if you were gonna purge it, let's just call it, I don't know if I'd put my big stuff on there. So who knows what's going on? But I think that's a bad look. Positive spin though. The Last of Us trailer came out this week.
It did. And that joint looks like it's gonna be so good. And really funny, something that Jacob pointed out. Didn't even realize that the actress for Ellie was in Game of Thrones.
Yep.
She was the young girl who played the leader of House Mormont.
Yeah. He only really recognized, well, maybe this isn't the only reason, but he was able to recognize it fairly quickly because he just got through watching Game of Thrones, first watch through. Glad you enjoyed. And so it was a little bit fresh in his mind of like, dang, why does she look familiar? Oh, I just saw her in Game of Thrones. So
yeah.
And she was phenomenal in that. So
which is also funny if you think about it, because who else was in Game of Thrones?
Pedro Pascal.
Yep.
You're right. You murdered her.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm super excited.
In there more. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. They have a couple of really good shots. It looks like Storm Reed from Euphoria will also be in the show. That's another good up and coming person in the industry. I'm excited to see what they do with this show. It looks like they have quite a couple of pretty big set piece moments that those who played the games will probably recognize. The clickers look scary AF.
Yeah.
I heard that. I was like, oh shoot. But yeah, I'm excited for
other
this.
movies that got announced this week, and this is Jacob's time. So let's there we go. Let's get Jacob up there.
Wait, let's make a big hold on.
Jacob, have at it, buddy. Go at it.
13 fucking years.
Oh God,
We've
no.
been waiting for this day.
Go big, make it big
And
again.
my brothers and sisters, it has finally came. Community
I gotta find it.
has finally gotten their fucking movie announced with a soft release date. It's happening. 6 seasons and a movie. The hashtag and a movie has been going fucking crazy the past couple days. And I cannot tell you how excited I am for this movie. This movie doesn't even have to be good for it to be great. And I know that sentence doesn't make any sense for y'all, but if you watch Community, they literally could be sitting in a room doing nothing, and that shit's fucking hilarious. Like, if you haven't seen the show, go watch the show. It's on, I don't know if it's
Peacock
on Hulu anymore.
I would assume it's on Peacock.
It might be on Peacock now, but yeah. What's hysterical about this is Community was.
Oh, it says it's on Netflix, Hulu, and Prime Video.
Yeah, okay.
Actually.
That's right.
Okay.
And you may have to. I'll say something about that in a second. But what's funny is this movie or the show was originally on NBC, and then NBC dropped it. They were like, "This show's not doing anything for us." And then Yahoo picked it up and put it on their laughing stock of a promotion or of a streaming service. Anyway, that happened. But I'm glad it happened because we got another 2 seasons out of it. But then everybody for a while was like, "Where's our movie? Are we ever going to get a movie? What's happening?" The 3 or 4 times within the show, they say 6 seasons and a movie, and we finally have the movie.
This interaction between the Community page and Peacock was hilarious.
And I want to say the day before they fully announced it, all of their social media pages posted the scene where Abed Nadir from Community says 6 seasons in a movie. That scene right there. They all posted it. So everybody was like, "What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?" And everybody kept
y'all was looking. I saw y'all on Twitter. Y'all was like, "What's this mean? What's this?" I guarantee you, if I go look in the quote tweets,
me and Theories by T are having a fucking field day. We're just loving our life.
Look, literally T.
Literally, he's
what
on
are you
there
trying
all
to
the-
say?
What are you trying to say?
Let's see.
So right
This
now,
is my Joker.
right now, everybody that's important enough is confirmed to come back, except for Donald Glover and Yvette Nicole Brown. If they don't come back, I'm going to be really upset.
Hopefully they can get Donald. He stay busy.
He always busy.
He is, but at the same time, they did write off his character and her character, but they need to come back. They need to come back. That's the only thing I will say about this movie. This movie won't be anything if Donald Glover's not in it at all. He made
6 seasons and a movie.
6 seasons in a movie.
For the last 3 weeks. 6 seasons and a movie.
I can't tell you how excited I am for this. Like, if there was more merchandise out there for it, this would all be Community. Spider-Man would be a second shelf. This would all be Community.
So you want me to send you Office stuff? You said.
I can't tell you how much I love this show. And I'm just
excited.
I'm so happy we're finally here. It took
That's
so
great.
long.
Y'all been asking for this because I swear,
I think I've been Rick and Morty with Dan Harmon working on Rick and Morty, and like the Russo brothers getting big. Everybody was like, "Are we gonna get like the movie ever? Like, is it ever gonna happen? Or did y'all forget about it?" And then finally, it's here.
Well, speaking of something else that everyone's forgotten about, did you know they're doing a Nosferatu movie? And they've been working on it for 11 years. That not really 11 years, but it's been a while. They've been working on it. So Bill Skarsgard, who is literally to me like our generation's Andy Serkis, like he's like the horror guy who does all. He did Pennywise. He's what else is he in now? That's another horror thing. Anyways, so he is playing Nos himself, but Anna, what's her name? Not Anna de Armas. What's the other one's name? Jacob. Anna. Now it's gonna bug me.
Taylor-Joy.
Yes, Anna Taylor-Joy was originally supposed to co-star next to him, but she has backed out because she's too busy, honestly.
Taylor Joy is the one who's Queen's Gambit, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Lily Rose Depp now is going to be the lead actress in this, which is Johnny Depp's daughter. So she's going to be in it, and it's the two of them together now. But
The only thing I know about Nosferatu is what I've learned from SpongeBob, which he turned on and off the lights while the walls were oozing green slime.
Sure, that's we'll go with that. Yeah.
Adam's like, I just got aged right now.
Damn.
Oh, God,
Everyone do your
that's
research.
funny.
It's a good monster movie. I would definitely watch it. Hey, we're in October. It's monster movie season. Do a little rewatch here and there. There you go. And speaking of mashups, Christian Bale getting bags these days. We had him as Batman, and then he was in Marvel doing Thor: Love and Thunder. Now, apparently, because he has action figures still of Star Wars, he wouldn't mind playing in some Star Wars stuff.
Do y'all ever hear stuff like this and you're like the equivalent for me is like, I would love if Marvel or Star Wars reached out to maybe do a project with me for content creation.
Yeah, right. Like,
it's like actors are fucking like, if somebody comes by with a big paycheck, I'd love to do it.
you know what that
It's
sounds like
come
to
on,
me.
bro. Like fucking like literally like anybody could be like, if Star Wars wants to have me, I'll gladly jump in. Of
Jacob,
course
know
you
what that
would.
is?
Of course you would.
That is
Fucking paycheck.
Hey, I'm not really doing anything right now. Can I do
I'd love
something
to
with
make a
you?
video for you.
And then people like will go crazy about this news. Like I've seen this posted like 6 or 7 times, and I'm like, y'all, like the man just wants money, and like that's fine, but like, who the fuck? Like, what? This isn't news.
Hear me out, though. Hear me out. I know a certain someone that's working on a trilogy. Would he not be a good Darth Revan?
Yes, but also, and I know they've already probably cast this, but and I haven't honestly, fake Star Wars fan, I haven't kept up with it that much. He would be a phenomenal Thrawn from Star
Thrawn's
Wars.
already been cast. It's actually
I know he has, yeah, but I just looking at him and hearing his voice and knowing how he acts, I think he would have really killed that. But
he is Thrawn's actually being portrayed and acted by the voiceover actor who does Thrawn in Rebels.
I'm not disappointed because I do love that. But
yeah,
I'm not
Christian
disappointed.
Bale definitely, if he's going to join, needs to be a bad guy.
Gotta be a villain. Well, I will say, hopefully he doesn't get all the scenes cut out like he did Thor: Love and Thunder. Y'all been seeing about all these different scenes that people are like, damn, that would have made the movie so much better.
Bro, this is kind of going back to comics. It showed him like basically carving a cut in his head anytime he killed a god. And it was kind of like,
and then he was taking off his tattoos and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was just like a penance thing that he was doing. And I just tweeted and I was like, damn, we're never going to get fucking Nico Minoru in the MCU. And if y'all don't know, Nico Minoru is one of the Runaways, and she's in the Runaways show, but it's a very different take.
Yeah.
But in the comic book, she has to cut herself in order to use her powers.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's like the whole thing. It's like blood magic, basically. So I tweeted that and I was like, man, we're never going to get Nico Minoru in the MCU.
No.
If they're cutting out like him doing this, there's like black goo coming out. I'm like, really? Come on. Like,
black goo coming out of his mouth whenever he was like losing the fight or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's one of those things. It's just like, what stopped y'all from doing this? Like,
seriously,
what really stopped y'all? Like, I don't know if I understand. But no, I absolutely do get what you mean. Though it does feel like fishing when it's just like, I'd love if they just work with me, and it's just like, oh my god, we would love it too. It's like, he's just fishing, y'all. Like, he's throwing it. He's doing the, hey.
He's like, after Amsterdam, I don't have anything else coming out. So y'all want to make another paycheck or?
Oh gosh.
So to end this on a great note, it got taken out of here. I don't know why it got taken out of here.
Where?
Everything Everywhere All at Once domestically has hit.
There's another page, Adam.
There it went. Has hit. Oh, not ending anything yet. I didn't realize we went to another page. We
had a lot of stuff this week.
Yeah, apparently has hit $70 million. Let's go. Let's go. That
It's on
movie
Prime Video right now if
deserves
you
it.
haven't seen it or if you want to rewatch it too.
It deserves
I know y'all got
it.
Amazon Prime.
Now, speaking of this movie and just A24 in a whole, I made a video about this the other day. Do you guys realize A24 does as much as Marvel does a year now?
Which is wild. Whenever I see y'all's videos talk about like a new A24 movie, I'm like, they got another thing coming out?
They almost gave us a horror trilogy in a year, and it's fire.
Oh yeah, because what is it? X
Pearl,
Pearl, and then
and they went past prequel, and now they're doing a future project.
like, future.
And it's just they almost Star Wars did if you really think about it. Damn, video later. Yeah,
Hey
so
guys,
like
so I've never watched any of these movies before, but
I have. But yeah, so like very interesting to think about like A24. And I just saw another trailer for another movie last night for A24. And it's like every time you go to the movies, you see a new A24 movie trailer, and then you see one the next day it's different. Another one, they pump product out. So I don't know. Oh, you both there? Okay, good. I saw both of you looking down. I was like, did the screen freeze? Like, what happened?
No. Stuff, parent, anything.
Both of you looked down at the same time. I was just like, God damn, did I do something?
A24, they doing a lot, bro. Them fools was like, hey, bro, we want to take a second and do our own thing, and they doing it for real.
Yeah, no, they do great work, I think.
I'm gonna watch
Jacob?
Everything Everywhere All at Once tonight.
I'm not familiar with all of their stuff, honestly. I'm a new A24 fan. I've been a long time listener, short time fan.
Got it. First time
but,
caller.
Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once was probably one of my favorite films this past year. So
I agree. I think it deserves to win best movie of the year. Honestly,
We said
hard.
It's almost like if you try to do new stuff, it could work out.
Crazy.
Well,
It's crazy.
But
But
people
then
not doing new
like,
things.
It's just like for $1 billion corporation to not just be like, why don't we do the same thing and just do something new? And it's just wild.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Speaking of Skarsgard, that's where I was going with it.
Oh,
They wrapped the Crow reboot film, and he's playing the Crow.
Oh, the other thing that he's in.
Yes.
You were trying to remember, and I was like,
what is he in? And I know I put it in here. Damn. No, the Crow wrapped filming. Alexander Skarsgård is playing, or not Alexander. I'm sorry, Bill Skarsgård is playing the Crow. So, how do we feel about this? I mean, let's be honest. This is a very cursed franchise. Yeah, I mean,
for those who were watching the video, the first reply is, "I never knew it started filming."
Yeah. Actually, I tell you what. Little sidebar. The season 2, episode 2 was going to be my best thing I saw all week because I got the Hugh Jackman announcement and then I watched Abbott Elementary right afterwards. And the very first thing is this guy bitching about how they need to do a reboot Spider-Man and like move on from Tom Holland and all this stuff. And then one of the, and actually the actress underneath who won Best Supporting Actress at the Emmys this week, or not this week, a couple weeks ago, there's a gag in there of how like she thinks all these really famous white people are black people. Like she'll say like Carrie Underwood, she'll mean someone else, or like she means other people, but she says the white. It's this long running gag. It's hysterical. But I was gonna do that, and she's talked about Michelle Williams and how great she is, and everyone's like, yeah. From Destiny's Child to this, and she goes, yep, and she was on Dawson's Creek, and they're like, so close. But yeah, so I don't know how I feel. I mean, it's a cursed franchise or a cursed movie if you think about it. Like, I don't know how I feel about The Crow being redone.
Do something new. I'm getting in the camp of like, look, do something new.
Yeah.
There's too many things to watch. Like, to be honest, I know a lot of people talk about like, one day the MCU will end and then they'll reboot it. And the DCEU's been rebooted like 16 times and they still ain't figured it out. At some
I think
point,
they're still booting it. It's just like it's like Windows, right? When you put a new operating system in, how it like refreshes 7 times until it gets the bug out. It's literally what they're doing.
You know what they're doing? It's like trying to start the lawnmower. You gotta prime it twice.
Yep.
Hold on. Got a little bit of gas. Like put a little bit more good gas in there. All right, prime it again.
Yep.
Wait. You gotta pull it at a 96 degree angle. That's the DCU. But I don't know.
That's what they're doing.
At some point, in my opinion, certain things just don't. And I know they're going to. The same way how Spider-Man's be reboot like 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna want to reboot like a big conglomerate like the MCU, and it's just like, can you just let people just watch the old catalog? There's like 50 movies and 63 shows. Just let them watch that. Anyway. Just y'all don't have to read. Y'all don't have to keep remaking everything. No. But if people are horror enthusiasts, they're gonna watch it and they're gonna be like, "This was cool," or they're gonna be like, "This sucked compared to the original," and then that'll be it.
No, I agree. I fully agree with you. So okay, Hocus Pocus came out yesterday.
Hocus Pocus 2.
Yep. What do we think?
Jacob? Aren't you excited about it?
I'm excited about it. I haven't watched it yet. The only reviews that I've heard like 2 reviews, and it's good. It's just not as good as the original, which
makes sense.
Hollywood, that's what reboots are.
Yeah.
Or just old like continuations after like 16, 15, 30 years.
This one I think was 29 years.
Yeah, 29 years roughly. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was way less than that. I was mainly kidding when I said 29 or 30.
No, because here, I'll look it up for you.
That's why.
Yeah.
1993 came out.
I mean, does this give you hope for things like Disenchanted that are coming?
No.
It's like continuing.
Here's my thing. This was never for the generation that's out now. This was adult decisions adult Disney people made for adult Disney fans.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they got to figure out their target, because like the nostalgia shit ain't gonna do that much. Like, we're different now. Like, we have grown up.
I will say, I don't think Disenchanted is one of those like they're rebooting it kind of thing, just because they had announced the sequel shortly after the first one came out. It's just taken them a while to get it off the ground.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus 2 was never announced. It was just something everybody was wanting.
Like, we're kind of doing this thing 25 years later. Just kidding, it's 29 years later.
Well, like Jordan just said, like, nostalgia only goes so far, but like not one of us ain't going to be in a McDonald's line in a couple weeks when they put out the adult Happy Meals. I'm just saying.
Speak for yourself. I saw the tweet. I saw a tweet that legitimately is talked about that, and it said, "I'm sorry, ma'am, you forgot my toy, bro. You were 36. Get out of my line."
Ma'am, you forgot my adult toy.
Yeah, I know. That's my favorite. That's my favorite right now. It's like, hey, there's an adult Happy Meal with an adult toy.
Further reminder, this podcast is not for children. It is 18 plus. If you are less than that,
my Happy Meal is vibrating right now. What is going on right now? What is this? Yeah.
Babe, why is the Happy Meal vibrating in your lap? What?
She's like, it's a Happy Meal now. And then something I'm really
a Happy Meal,
right? Speaking of things that make me happy, Jack Ryan got announced for the new season. I'm so pumped. This is such a great show. If you've not watched Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime Video,
I actually like it.
Fantastic.
It's with
John Krasinski. Yes,
Krasinski. Yeah, I actually really like it.
So good. It is a Tom Clancy project. So it is based off one of his books and things like that. But it comes out December 21st. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for this.
Yep.
Okay, apparently I'm the only one excited.
No, I want to see it. I've watched it.
You haven't watched it yet? Oh, Jacob, this is up your alley. This is 100% up your alley.
It's very good. Like, I think what I heard about it from listening to a podcast, and they were like, one person was like, yeah, I couldn't really get into it because seeing Jim from The Office be serious is just weird. And then other people were like, yo, it's actually really crazy to see his range to play such a serious role. So
I'm just kind of like confused why they haven't made a Splinter Cell movie or show.
They are.
Splinter Cell's in a whole weird place, bro.
Well, so rumor is
everybody's like, give us another game, and they won't.
Well, no, they are. They announced that they're going to do the remaster version, but it's going to be redone in this timeline, like in this time. But back to the movie side of it, there is a issue, I think, if I remember, with legality of who owns what for it to do the movie. But the rumor is Tom Hardy is to play Splinter Cell. So but that's been a whole thing for going on 8 years now, probably. So who knows what's going on with it? There's been no update about it, but they are working on something for it. That I do know.
He's just like,
Right. I know.
tell me when you announce it.
Hey, don't worry. We'll get another Assassin's Creed movie before then
Don't do that.
with Michael Fassbender. That was a horrible movie.
I actually never saw it. I just realized. I remember I was excited because it was Michael Fassbender, and then I never saw it. I heard bad things, and I was like, never mind.
It's not
True.
good.
True story. Went to the theater day it came out. Dumped a girlfriend that night. That's how bad it was.
The movie was that bad. You dumped her.
Babe, it's not you.
It's
It's
his damn.
Assassin's Creed the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, kid you not. Argument about the movie turned into an argument about other things. Turned into me dumping.
That's wild. That's wild. Well,
And that's how we end the podcast.
that was a jam pack. We never find a way to, and actually, that's a funny way to end it, in my opinion. That's crazy. Funny but negative.
Funny,
But this was a very jam packed episode. We had a lot happen this week.
Kaleidoscope
Things
shit.
kept popping up. When we're back, this next episode, the live might be a little late. I don't know. We might be pushing it back a week because Adam and I will be busy at New York Comic Con. Jacob will be preparing to be an adult, even more packing up his home. Do you have less stuff behind you? I feel like less stuff is back there. Have you packed up some of that yet?
Not much. I've tried to keep the behind, like
The behind the scenes.
My behind. I've tried to keep the behind of me, like my backdrop, roughly there, so that way, like when I make TikToks and whatever, there's something else to look at other than my ugly mug.
Don't do that.
But Julia's like, put all your stuff in boxes, and I'm like, but then like it's just me and a wall, you know, like.
So I just saw this.
Dang, it's been me and a wall for a while. It used to be me and a door. I used to just film right in front of a door.
So Tropical Joe just put this up, and I think it's fantastic to end on because it gives a little bit of a thought process. Galactus or Silver Surfer, Sterling K. Brown.
Not Silver Surfer.
I agree with the Galactus be dope.
He's got
Yeah. That's it.
I can see Galactus being Sterling K. Brown.
I think that'd be fantastic.
I like it. I like it.
I could
he has a good
honestly, now
point.
that I'm like thinking about it, I could see him as Silver Surfer, but honestly, he has more range. He needs to be able to do something other than hello. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Your world is in peril.
I agree.
The board gave me the power cosmic. Yeah, he needs a little bit more. He needs this. He needs grandiose scale.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
Yeah. No, I like that idea. It's a good idea.
All right, good to end on. Think a little thought process. Think that over, mull it over, put it in
Everybody
Twitter.
think that over, put it in the comments, Twitter.
We'll be posting
Instagram, wherever we
tons
put
of
this.
stuff. We've got sceners. You and I got screeners for next week that we're gonna see at New York Comic Con. We're gonna see. I don't know if you got in for Chainsaw Man for the new anime.
I don't think so.
I got the first dub US version of that. Violent Nights, which is the new Santa Claus meets Taken movie that I'm seeing, Jordan's seeing, the wife's seeing, we're all seeing, and we got the panel for Supernaturals. No, I'm playing Smallville reunion.
Oh, I didn't get into that.
I did. Smallville reunion.
I know.
Smallville reunion.
I'm getting a picture with Tom Welling. So
Cool.
from
I got
Smallville.
everybody.
Wow. Fuck you. Anyway,
right.
no, we're very excited. New York's going to be fun.
gonna be a blast.
If we are not back live next week because we will have
We'll
New York
tweet about
Comic Con going on, we'll have tweets. Jacob might just enjoy a week off, or if you want to find people to get on here with, or you could just be the Jacob show. You could just be the KingVonSchweetz show.
I'll let
to
you
yourself.
know. I'll let you know what we decide.
Yeah, we'll
Me
figure
and
it
my
out.
people.
Him and Bradley will figure out what they want to do. See, this
Bradley's
could be
gotta
this
talk
all
to
next week.
Julia.
Just this all next week. That's really what it could be.
It'll be like a 20-minute show.
And 10 of it will be him be going, listen.
So Adam and Jordan are in New York. Looks like they're having a good time. Fortnite, KingVonSchweetz, Edge of Spider-Verse. I was wrong. There was more issues out.
Yep, that's exactly.
No, it'll be this. Ready? It'll be this.
She-Hulk was great.
But this is Jacob next week. Let me tell you why Game of Thrones isn't as bad as you think it is. Okay, I just watched the entire thing in 32 hours. 32 hours. That'll be him all next week.
Appreciate you guys. It'll be a fun time. Everyone continue to stay safe through this weather.
Yes.
And thank you for watching. Thank you for those who joined us live. Thank you for those listening to the podcast. Be sure to rate us 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. Help get us new listeners. Like us on YouTube. Help push us up the algorithm to get new viewers. We appreciate you. Adam, hit the button.
Hey, everybody, in case you forgot.
I love you 3000.
Love you 3000. Hey,
Love
we
you
will
3000.
probably not see you next week. If we do, Jacob will be here. But Jordan and I will be posting all week. We love you guys. We'll see you later.
Peace.